Everyone, this is live from RevMatch Media, and today we're in my garage. Yeah, so the great folks at Autel were nice enough to send me this guy. So this is the Autel Maxicharger AC Wallbox Home with the separate holster model. Yeah, we're getting a ton of EV cars and trying to find an EV station that works, because we have a couple here that works, has been a pain. So I figured let's get our own charger. Let's go ahead and install this guy and we'll do a quick review. So let's get started. I think it's gonna be great if we put it just kind of around here to the right of it, because obviously the plug is to the left of it. And we also have a nice centralized area because this guy comes with a 25-foot charger. So if we go ahead and open this guy up, you'll see there's a charger. Real nice packaging. So this is like the third box because it had like an Amazon box, it had their shipping box, and then this box. So yeah, we can see we have the charger itself. Let's see what we have here. The accessories, the mounting brackets. Yeah, this is going to be the mounting bracket. So this is basically what we are going to start off with to get this guy installed. So we'll find a good central spot to put that in. So we'll put that off to the side. Oops. And this, I believe, is the holster. Because we got the separate holster, we realized that we actually like the separate holster model. The reason why is because our garage, give me a second. Sorry, it's a little hard with one hand. So our garage is not that wide. And with this having, so just think of having this, maybe about that plate thickness, kind of right in here. That's how the built-in one is. But the problem is with our garage not being that wide, imagine having not just the charger thickness, but also kind of a little bit of this sticking out, plus the charger itself. So I figured, let's just do it side, so that way we have just this thickness on here, which is pretty much the same as the charger itself. So for me, with it being, not having that wide of a garage, that was the better route for me. For you guys that may have a wider garage, I'd recommend, honestly, just put it inside of the charger itself because it's a nice clean design. But yeah, this thing is awesome. So we have different things. We have the power, internet, because obviously this can connect to your Wi-Fi, your charging, and Bluetooth, because that's how it connects, and then RFID, because you can get cards for this. This you can actually install outside. So yeah, this is actually rated to be an outdoor charger as well. So if you don't have, if your garage is kind of full, just kind of like how mine is a little bit right now, then you can install this guy outside and have, kind of little IDs to make sure your neighbors don't decide that they want to charge on this as well. But yeah, so that's what you get with that. And yeah, it looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and, oh yeah, and then we have the 25-foot cable on here for charger. Well, let's go ahead and get this guy mounted. So one pro tip when you are installing or having an electrician having installed the plug itself, make sure it's not this way, because when you take a look at the charger, and it's gonna be a little tough to kind of do, but when you look at the charger itself, this is going down, right? So when you look at that, that's kind of how the plug is. So the round edge the round prong should be at the top, or will be at the top here. And that's not the case in my plug. So I am gonna have to get this guy turned over. So yeah, just pro tip, that way when you're electrician or you install it, just install it the first way, the right way, or the right way the first way, and you should be good to go. Now, I was actually expecting this install to be a lot more difficult, but it actually ended up being really easy. Literally the hardest thing and what took the longest was this, me going ahead and forcing that connector to be the right way. So again, make sure that the round prong is actually at the top, because when the cable goes down, that's how it's positioned. But yeah, this was really literally what took the longest to get, and the instructions were really easy and really clear on what you have to do. This part here, you may want to have some help and have someone else hold it for you, so that way you can get it set up correctly. So here I'm just putting my level and then just scanning the wall, make sure that there's nothing there. And again, you're going to grab the 5/16 drill bit so that you can go ahead and make the holes in the wall, and then just go ahead and get that mount on. Once we got the bracket on, really quick with 2 screws, get it mounted, and really we're good to go. Now, I wish the cable were a little bit longer, or they sell an accessory cable, so that, again, I wouldn't have such a bend on it. Now, it was still, it may look like it's a little on the tighter side, but it's actually really loose. And then, again, just scanning the wall, making sure that I don't hit any plumbing or any electrical lines, and then just a matter of, you know, making 3 holes for the holster that I put on the side, get that leveled up, and really, that was it. It was extremely simple to get that guy installed. Well, folks, there you have it. That's the installation. Honestly, it's really easy. A couple of things. Again, like I mentioned, the plug, and I'll go ahead and unplug it. Make sure, so obviously you're seeing it backwards. I'll show it in more detail, but the round part on your actual plug on the wall does have to be up. So make sure it's facing it's on the top side, because this plug basically goes in reverse. The install was really easy. Probably the hardest thing was kind of holding this up to kind of measure this. So I did have to do this. Honestly, if I knew this was going to be happening, for my sake of cleanliness kind of thing, I would have asked the electrician to put it here, but I know it was going to be significantly more money, because I actually wanted it a little bit actually on this plug that I had here. I wanted to replace this, but he said it was literally going to be like $70 more, which in hindsight, I'm actually glad we didn't go that route. I prefer this route here, preferably underneath. So just kind of plan, if you don't have a plug-in yet, just plan that where this guy's gonna fall. And this is 11.8 inches, I believe, is the length that they mention. Really great instructions, first of all. So really easy to follow. No issues with trying to figure out what's what. But yeah, so 11.8 inch, I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, 11.8 inch cable right there. So just kind of plan for that when you go to install your charger mount, or where you're going to mount it. Mounting was super easy. Got my little trusty stud finder there to make sure I don't hit any electrical line, especially since I'm next to the panel, in case there were any lines going that direction. But we're good. We're not electrocuted, especially myself, that I'm so terrified of anything electrical. This was super easy. And then this is the wall mount. So you guys can see the different, so it's separate. And the reason why is because, think of it again, you have this much. I would say, so let's say if it kind of falls flush with it, this much would actually be sticking out of there. And like I said, my garage isn't the widest. So I like the fact that I'm still kind of significantly closer in, and I can just go ahead and drop that down if I want to. So it is just slightly off, slightly out of the wall than the actual charger itself. So I do like that. Plus, it just gives me another place to put it there on there. It is very sturdy, very easy to install. Again, this is super simple. Literally anyone can do it. The important thing is just finding the studs, and you may want to get 2 people to help you out, or another person to help you out to kind of make sure you mount that correctly. Another great thing I liked about the install is that there is a security key. So there's a security screw, and they give you the security key in case you do want to mount this outside on a post or something like that, or on an outside wall. They can't just easily grab this and take it with you unless they take the whole wall with them. So I did like that. Same thing goes for the holster. So the holster does give you that option with the security screw right underneath. That was a big thing that I really liked. What was the other thing? Yeah, I think that is it for the install. There's again, it's really easy to do. I was super impressed, and everything just looks and feels really high quality. Let's go ahead and get this guy running up with my phone. Another thing I almost forgot is these awesome stickers. So I love stickers, but this is actually functional. So we have different labels for the different amperage that you have that you can put on your breaker box or on the side, as well as the ones on the side of the charger itself. But yeah, these are nice. These are nice and clear, nice and big too. Our guy, we actually have a 50 amp breaker on here. But yeah, really good stuff. Thanks. Because stickers are always fun, but these are actually important stickers. Okay, so we went ahead and we have gone to the other side of this wall, which is where I have the panel for the larger breakers. Turned that on. It's already plugged in. We see we have power. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'll actually go ahead and set up the recording on my phone so we can set this up. So with the Autel app, one of my favorite things I like about this is, especially for myself, that I'm constantly getting different cars. I don't have the same car every time. I like the fact that I can control my scheduling on the app itself and not have to really fiddle with the settings or the timers built into each individual car. I can just set it up here. I can just let the car charge, set it to charge whenever plugged in, but this guy won't send the charge out because I will have it scheduled here. The other thing as well that I did see on the app that I really loved was the setting up the rate kilowatt per hour. One of the biggest things that people are kind of scared or unsure or uneducated really is, how much is this going to cost me to charge a tank, so to speak, of my EV? This app is going to tell you. It's going to help you compare and see, okay, this is going to be how much you used and how much it's essentially going to cost in your light bill. Right now it is only set to a set price, which is kind of a shame because here in Texas, I do have a plan with my electric company that they give me different rates at different times, so off peak and on peak. It would be nice to kind of set that up on the app. So Autel, if you're hearing me out, definitely would be good, especially again, if also varying between, I know some places have varying between different seasons. So that would be nice to implement on the app as well. But yeah, it's actually really easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the app. Okay, so I went ahead and I scanned it. It got my serial number and my PIN number, and I'm gonna go ahead and link, and it was successful. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and connect via Bluetooth, and we should see Bluetooth light turned on. Yeah, it says if I wanna pair with it, I'll say yes, and now I can configure the Wi-Fi. So with my house, I do have 2 networks, one up front for things like the garage, the front camera for the doorbell, and I'm gonna actually set it up to this guy. Perfect, so we went ahead and we were able to pair it with the network. Okay, charger name, we'll put Rev Match Charger. So we'll do that, perfect. Charger location, again, if you want, obviously it's catching that. Set price, so For us, the set price is actually 0.1, and so it is showing it's showing a pound, like pound money wise. So the other thing as well, this can, again, you can limit the charging, the amount of current that you're charging, so it doesn't have to be on the car itself, which is another thing some vehicles do offer, others actually don't. So you have the option. I'll go ahead and just set it at 32. I know that's kind of the max with some of them. I know I was watching other people and you had to kind of go into settings to set it to 40, but mine does go all the way to 40 with that. So press OK there, OK, and schedule. So I can go ahead and schedule that. Yep. So our weekdays, so we can start at 8 p.m. So, this is a big thing I love. Because my time is 8 o'clock to 3 is my off peak. No, from 8 p.m. to 3 p.m. the next day is my off peak. What I like about this is I can do 8:01 or 8:02. Some of these things don't let you. They'll tell you 8 o'clock or 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, that, 15-minute increments. So I do like this. Play it safe, we'll do 8:05. And then to end it, we will do at 3. Actually, we'll do at 2:55. So that's good there. Weekend, we'll do the same. So it's nice that, again, some people have different rates during the weekend than they do during the week. So 8:05 there. And then we're gonna do 2:55. Okay, perfect. So that is set successfully. And then we'll go ahead and press OK. And yeah, so we are set there. Let's see, settings, currency. Yes, there we go. So we are US dollars, and distance, we'll do miles. So some important things. So Autel has been, it's not a new company. They're new to the EV space. Autel is huge in vehicle diagnostics, and they, again, are going into the EV space. And again, I want to thank them for providing this free of charge, but it is still my honest opinion on this. But yeah, this setup has been really easy. Just literally, it's intuitive. Go into settings to change that setting. So I'll go ahead and just verify everything is set up correctly. Set price. Okay, so it looks like it did erase it, so you'll need to kind of go back into it to get that back on there. And firmware update. Okay, so just checking firmware updates, make sure everything is correctly updated there. And yeah, we seem to be good. Says please plug in. So let me go ahead and stop filming, bring in the awesome BMW iX, which is what I have for the week, and get that guy charging. Okay, so now we have the BMW parked inside the garage, and if you take a look, we still have power there. Again, what I love about this charger, we have a 25-foot cable, so that's definitely going to give us a large amount of space or distance to be able to get that adapter literally on the other side, because it is on the passenger rear side of things. So let's go ahead and we'll walk there. And yeah, actually, if you take a look, the cable goes from there all the way, and I still have a large amount of slack there under the car, and now to here. So I'll go ahead and unlock here so we can get that guy opened. And again, we have our plug. Yeah, you can see our plug, and now we go ahead and press AC there, plug that guy in, and going from yellow status, and now we have a pulsing blue, which indicates that it is charging. So pulsing blue means that it is charging. So there we can see that the charge light is charging. So we have that there. So you can actually see I did get notifications of when the charger was plugged in and when it was disconnected. Now you can see on the left side it is showing 11 kilowatts. There it is also showing us at what time it would be charged till 8:42, because we're about 49% on this, and this gives us about 341. On the app you can see that it is showing, you know, how much I've used up, you know, how many kilowatt per hour I've used, the duration basically, and my cost right now. So this is definitely an awesome thing. I'm glad that I have this available, so I can actually see again how much I'm actually using up on that. And when I press the view more, you do have the option of seeing the current. So right now it is at 30. Now you can see the difference when I switched it over to 40 amps. It did change to the 653, and we can see it is correctly showing that. And on my phone as well, obviously it's showing that information. And yeah, now you can definitely see the significantly change in the power, as well as the the energy that it's using up. Well guys, there you have it, the Autel Maxicharger AC Wallbox home model. And again, this is the one with the separate holster. Like I said, literally coming out of after I parked the BMW iX, I opened up the door to kind of get out, and I was a little close to it, which is why I'm so glad in my case I got the separate, the model with the separate holster. If your garage is wide enough, honestly, I would recommend going with the one built in, because again, it keeps it nice and clean with that plug right in there. But yeah, overall, this was such an easy thing. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little kind of worried of like, okay, this is gonna be super complex, with EVs being new technology, that kind of stuff. But it was super simple. So again, this one does go all the way to 40 amps, depending on how your car charges. It's good to have that. For me, because I have so many varying cars that are EV, I'd like to have that. So just some bullet points, again, with the NEMA 1450 plug, got that set up here. So we do have the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. So this is connected to my network. I am able to remotely start the charging, stop it, basically see, what's going on with the charger itself. The Bluetooth was super easy to pair. You're gonna have a QR code. You'll have a QR code on your manual. It sets everything up, and then it just pairs up with the Bluetooth to connect there. And the 25-foot cable, yes, this was great. This, as you guys can see, as you saw, the cable was able to reach all around, basically on the longest part of essentially a vehicle. So I'm glad the BMW iX had it on the passenger rear to show you guys that, or even to test myself, that 25-foot cable is a really long distance for that. And again, I could just kind of pass it over without a problem on if it's on the passenger front or driver front, or even driver rear. So we do have that. But yeah, guys, this has been awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually drive more EVs, because now I won't have the anxiety I was having before, where I didn't have a charger. I now have my own personal charger and don't have to go out and find chargers and hope that they are working. And again, with that app is so good. It's very simple to use, but hopefully there's that change. Autel, if you're hearing, that would be nice to have different rates for different times to put in there, so I can see significantly more accurate regarding my charging times, my charging rate, actually, how much money I spent. But yeah, this has been awesome. Again, guys, I want to thank Autel for providing me with this charger free of charge. But yes, this was still my own opinion. Some of the things I'd like to change, like I said, maybe have a little bit of a longer cord here, so I won't have to kind of do this. There's still some slack, so it's not tight on there, but having this a little bit longer would be a nice option. Maybe as an additional you know, accessory, so to speak, if you need a longer cable for that. But other than that, this has been awesome. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Autel charger. And remember, find the right charger. See ya.